Long ago, in a valley surrounded by misty mountains and evergreen forests, there lay a lake that sparkled under the moonlight like molten silver. The villagers called it the Silver Lake. It was said that the lake was enchanted, a gift from the ancient spirits who once roamed these lands. They believed that anyone who dared to dive into the lake's depths would return changed, though none could say exactly how. Some whispered that the lake held secrets known only to the bravest and most curious souls. Among the villagers, there was a young girl named Aurea. Aurea had grown up hearing the tales of the Silver Lake from her grandmother, who spoke of it as if it were alive. She told Aurea that the lake had moods and whispered to those who listened closely. Aurea's grandmother had once been a healer, known for her ability to cure the sick with remedies made from herbs and whispers only she could hear. Some whispered that the lake held secrets known only to the bravest and most curious souls. Among the villagers, there was a young girl named Aurea. Aurea had grown up hearing the tales of the Silver Lake from her grandmother, who spoke of it as if it were alive. She told Aurea that the lake had moods and whispered to those who listened closely. Aurea's grandmother had once been a healer, known for her ability to cure the sick with remedies made from herbs and whispers only she could hear. Aurea was a curious and spirited child, always drawn to the unknown, and she had dreamed of visiting the Silver Lake since she was little. But her parents, like the rest of the village, were cautious. They warned her not to venture too close. The lake may look beautiful, but it hides things best left undisturbed, her father often said. Still, Aurea's curiosity grew with each passing day. One clear night, when the moon was full and cast a silvery glow over the valley, Aurea decided it was time. Still, Aurea's curiosity grew with each passing day. One clear night, when the moon was full and cast a silvery glow over the valley, Aurea decided it was time. She slipped out of her home while everyone was asleep, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. She made her way through the dense forest, following the path her grandmother had shown her as a child. She could hear the soft rustle of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl, but otherwise, the forest was silent, as it, too, was holding its breath. When Aurea reached the lake, she was awestruck. The water shimmered under the moonlight, reflecting the stars above so perfectly that it looked as though the sky had come down to meet the earth. She knelt by the water's edge, feeling an unexplainable pull. As she leaned over, she thought she saw something moving beneath the surface, a glimmer of light that seemed to beckon her closer. Before she knew it, she was wading into the lake. The water cool and clear against her skin. She moved deeper, captivated by the shimmering lights beneath her. With one last look at the shore, she took a deep breath and dove beneath the surface. The world beneath the water was unlike anything she had imagined. Strange plants with silver leaves swayed gently as if in a dance, and fish with scales like precious jewels darted around her. She felt a warmth wrap around her, as though the lake itself were embracing her. As she swam deeper, she noticed a glimmering stone resting on the lake bed, pulsing with a soft, silvery light. It was round and smooth, almost like a pearl, but it shone with a brightness that was otherworldly. Aurea reached for the stone, feeling a surge of warmth and energy pass through her as soon as she touched it. In that moment, a voice, soft and ancient, whispered in her mind. It was a language she did not know, yet she understood every word. "You have come seeking answers, young one." Lightly, as the voice faded, Aurea felt herself being gently lifted back toward the surface. She emerged from the water, gasping for air, the stone clutched tightly in her hand. The night was as silent as ever, but she felt different, stronger, wiser, and connected to something far greater than herself. When she returned to the village, she told no one of her experience, not even her parents. But her grandmother saw the change in her. She looked at Aurea with knowing eyes and simply nodded, as if she had expected this all along. From that night forward, Aurea found herself able to hear the whispers of the forest, the river, and even the wind. She became a healer like her grandmother, using her newfound wisdom to help the villagers. Her remedies were more powerful than ever. And soon people began to speak of her as a guardian of the valley, a protector who had been blessed by the Silver Lake itself. Years passed, and Oria grew older, her connection to the lake deepening with time. She returned to the lake often, each visit revealing new secrets, new wisdom. And when her time finally came, she passed the stone down to her own granddaughter, sharing the tale of the lake's spirit and the power it held. The story of Oria and the Silver Lake became a cherished legend. Reminder to the villagers that some secrets are meant to be held close and treasured, not for power, but for the wisdom they bring. And so, the lake continued to sparkle under the moonlight, guarding its mysteries, waiting for the next soul brave enough to seek its secrets.